Alright. NXT, July 15th, 2020. Keith Lee, your now reigning NXT and North American champion, issued a challenge to Dominik Dejakovic because let's have a great classic match again and again and again and again, as many times as we can have until they run out of things to do, which probably won't be anytime soon. So we called out Dominik Dejakovic. They're like friends that love competition, but also love hating each other because of competition. It's really cool. It's a really nice little spell that WWE's got there. First match of the evening was Damian Priest versus Cameron Grimes. Oh, Damian Priest versus Cameron Grimes. They always have good matches. I don't think it matters who you put Cameron Grimes in the ring with. He's very dynamic. Damian Priest, however, getting very better. Very better. Getting very much better. Getting a lot better in the ring than he was before. He took his time. You could tell, he was being a little cautious. Seems like he's a lot more confident now and can get things done a lot faster than he used to. At least to the untrained eye. Obviously that match was building for a while. Like I said, Grimes, it doesn't matter who you put him in the ring with. I hope they build a non-losing storyline for Cameron Grimes and a non-cheating storyline for Cameron Grimes because, he deserves it. He's a good wrestler. He's a tactician. They have a move where they meet in the ring, the center, and they kind of flip over, and then, Cameron Grimes somehow flips over on top. That takes a lot of chemistry with the wrestler you're in the ring with, and Damian Priest is massive, so to have that work as well as it worked without botching, without doing anything wrong, pretty impressive. Damian Priest obviously won the match. He had to for his storyline. But there's magical chemistry there. They need to keep going with that. He delivered the Reckoning, the Crossroads. On the second rope, he had his feet on the second rope. The Crossroads, you flip over, have him by the neck, here's his head, Alright, after that there was a Thatch Camp training session where he just keeps overdoing the Fujiwara armbar to someone. And this one, the guy was like, he's already tapping, but I'm just going to keep going until he cries and can't sleep at night or something. It's just amazing. I just think it's really funny because he's crazy. He's like a zombie, but a human. Does that make any sense? I have a few followers. Someone can comment if you guys watch this. Doesn't he resemble like a zombie, but not a zombie, like a human zombie? Like, I choose to be infected, but only because I want to be. Like, my skin isn't rotting, but, alright. That's going way too far. With that little segment, second match of the evening. Shotzi Blackheart versus Indy Hartwell. I've seen Indy Hartwell a few times before, I think at least once before. It's the battle of the wellness of the hearts. Was it the blackest of hearts or the Hartwell? That's the little gimmick I put on myself. Robert Stone came out and interfered, and as you know, Robert Stone had his foot ran over by Shotzi Blackheart in one of the best NXT segments, I would even say, of the year. Just Robert Stone's just pure gold. Like, put him in the ring with anything, anyone. He's the comedic value NXT needs forever. So they get things going with live stuff. He's entertaining. I dare someone to tell me that he's not. I'll have a proper pro-con argument. I don't know. He causes the distraction and Indy Hartwell wins. After that, there was a Legato del Fantasma promo, drinking and celebrating the reconstruction of the newly found cruiserweight division. So he said sometimes you have to build things, take things down to build things up, and he's obviously with Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza. And they were obviously having some kind of alcoholic drinks. It looked like it. I mean, it could have just been soda and like Sprite or something. But they're, yeah. I'm actually kind of interested in the cruiserweight division and where it's going. That being said, once everyone comes back and there's no issues with, you know, the coronavirus and all that stuff, there's live stuff, which who knows when that'll be. Maybe things will get going. Maybe it'll fall back into the, you know, background again, or maybe NXT will be longer. In either case, I think it's doing really well with what it has, and Raul Mendoza's really captivating. So keep it going, man. Keep it going with Drake Maverick forever. Little Chihuahua, as they called him. Drake Maverick's a very small man, so yeah. Alright, so surprisingly, the mid-card of this event was Dominik Dejakovic versus Keith Lee. And it wasn't like one of their classics. I mean, there was a blockbuster that Dejakovic hit off the top rope, which was really cool because like he like magnetized to his neck, so it was like, and then like had to like have Keith Lee eventually fall. Keith Lee's a big boy. Dejakovic's a big boy. That being said, they can keep going for as long as they want. Like I said before, they come up with new stuff every single match, be it big or small. To have chemistry like that, where you can just keep working on stuff and keep wrestling the same person, very tough. As many of you wrestling fans know. So them doing that over and over and over again says a lot about both of those guys. Keith Lee, I love you. We all love you. Yes. Keith Lee obviously won. They're not going to let him lose the dual championships of the North American and NXT championships yet. Nor should they. Yeah, I wish they would just keep fighting forever. And, wow, it sounded like one of those cheesy WWE promos where people say this is awesome or fight forever when the matches aren't that great. That being said, Scarlett comes to the ring after the match, dumps out a bag of what one can only assume is the remnants of the hourglass that Keith Lee broke during the Adam Cole promo a couple weeks ago, where he said your time's coming to an end, like an end. Back when I thought it was going to be heel versus heel. Of course, it's not going to happen. Excuse me. Now. Ooh, wow. Because Adam Cole lost and he's no longer champion. Yeah, so Karrion Kross, heel, versus Keith Lee, face, is going to happen eventually. Probably at NXT's version of SummerSlam. TakeOver right before SummerSlam, which... August. I think they're trying to push it as late as August as they can. See if they can sort of get some live people, or people like in the events, which probably won't happen. Usually SummerSlam is... I always thought it was like the middle of August. But maybe they pushed it back for that reason. Anyway, Karrion Kross eventually confronts Dejakovic backstage because Dejakovic said he's no Keith Lee, and interrupted him in the middle of the interview, and it was really funny because Dejakovic was just like, "What? You got something to say?" You know, most people like backtrack whenever they get caught. Nope, they fought into like an exit door, and I think Karrion Kross suplexed Dejakovic over a guardrail and did his little TikTok. Oh, I want to play a game. Voice promos. The angry the angry Saw man is how he talks. Yeah, he's no Keith Lee. I agree with Dejakovic. I love Karrion Kross so far, but I love Keith Lee more. I'm an NXT diehard fan. That man has lost too much for him to just lose his titles now. I remember his losing streak was like extensive, and he kept losing. And I'm just finally glad they gave him what he deserves, and he definitely does deserve it. So, kudos Keith Lee. Timothy Thatcher versus Denzel Dejournette. Pretty short work. That match was not even 5 minutes long, I don't think. He focused on his leg. It was like a Boston Crab. Made him tap out pretty fast. I know eventually Oney Lorcan came out and attacked Timothy Thatcher because Timothy Thatcher wouldn't let him go the Fujiwara armbar a couple weeks ago. and setting up an endless feud, I guess. Not endless, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Mildly interested. Timothy Thatcher's character is hilarious, like I mentioned before. The final match of the evening, Io Shirai versus Tegan Nox. Something to be said about Tegan Nox. If you guys were watching this match, and I just remember briefly watching and seeing, like, is she really running like that? Io Shirai was in the corner, and Tegan Nox kind of has like a little old lady run, and takes forever to get to the corner where it's like, hey, are you gonna counter? Like, almost like she didn't know what to do or what was going to happen. I don't like Tegan Nox. I don't. Maybe she's still recovering, but if that's the case, she shouldn't be wrestling. In my opinion, she's got some moves that are like, whoa, that's cool, but a lot of the times I'm just like, she preemptively strikes. She strikes before, the opponent's either ready or counter ready, or too soon, it seems like, and it just seems like you can see it. It doesn't matter what camera angles, they're going to take. You can see it. Go back and watch that match if you think I'm crazy. If any guys think that I'm crazy and you love Tegan Nox, be my guest, but watch her run. Watch her run in that match when she tries to hit Io Shirai in the corner. Because it wasn't really pretty to watch. It was not. Obviously, Io Shirai won this match. She's not going to lose her title. She better not lose her title anytime soon. I'm glad they finally also gave Io Shirai a chance, an opportunity. So it's like the era of finally we deserve this, we've deserved this champions. Maybe I was thinking earlier for NXT's version of SummerSlam, they should have an NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. But there's, the NXT Women's Division, I don't remember seeing or recalling a whole lot of tag team matches, so maybe that's something that they can do when there's a lot more talent and they have a lot more revenue to pay the wrestlers. With that being said, they don't really need one. I would like to see one, obviously. And maybe like another belt in there for women. They can, like a North American Women's Championship. That'd be cool, like a North American Women's Championship. I don't know. Something weird. I guess it's just, it's only women's championships. But, yeah, that's where I hope NXT is gonna go. That's what I would like to see. Let me know what you guys think. That concludes my review of NXT July 15th, 2020. Wow. It's almost August. It's the middle of August. Middle of July. Oh my god. Middle of July. Yeah, so be well, everyone. See you next week.